Father. His indication is about the Father. And he gives glory to the Father for, and he keeps pointing us to the Father. Why would we get to a point where we say Jesus is our God? As Jesus, he was what? The Son of God. Different. Had all the power of God in the flesh. We understand that. Never taking away from that. But have to be careful. Am I crossing the line of the Trinity when I say Jesus is our God?
What about, I just need prayer. What about the next part where it's like, I'm reaping the harvest God promised me, take back what the devil stole from me.
Really? I was going to get there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's good. How do I take back what the devil stole from me? I mean, how can he steal something from me? I know he comes to steal, kill, and to destroy. But if he could steal, he'd have stole everything I had. We would never have a blessing. We wouldn't even have life. There are things that he can't do. He didn't steal from Job. He got permission. God gave him permission. He said, but you can't touch the soul. Belong to me. So he took, because he went in and ravished, took everything from his children, to his wife, to his house, to his sheep, to his donkey, everything he had. But did he steal it? He was given permission to put his hands on it. And when he did, he looked to destroy it because he said, if I take this away from him, he trusts in you for naught. He trusts in you because you bless him. If I took all that away from him, I guarantee you curse you. That's what Satan said. God said, he's a man that's upright, eschews evil, stays away from it. Oh, but he does it only because you bless him. So, okay, you can touch it. Touch everything you got. So he took all that away. So he came back a second time. Oh, but only because now you got a hedge around him. But if you personally let me, you can touch him, but you can't touch his soul. And as soon as he did that, he came in with boils from the top of his head to the soles of his feet. Gave him a disease so that Job would curse him. But now, when you go to the end of Job, he got everything back. Double. Everything back. Well, did Job go to the enemy's camp and go get it back? God just gave him back. Double. For his trouble. Because he stood. And he kept. So we have to be cognizant. And like I said, this is not a denigration nor an indictment against songs that are, but we're saying if they're gospel, gospel means the good news about Jesus Christ. And it's supposed to tell us about Christ, him crucified, him resurrected, him soon to come. It's supposed to tell us how to be saved. Yet songs that are classified as gospel have nothing to do with the gospel. They do not speak of the gospel. They do not talk about the gospel. They don't say anything about the gospel. And you have to excuse us. Our purpose was to have it manifested on the screen up there, but something's wrong with our little thing. And we're wondering if it got zapped when the electrical storm happened a few weeks ago. We're a little wondering because it won't come on at all. So we're wondering if it got, so it might have. But that's what we were hoping to do, is to display it up there so you can see some of these lyrics for yourself. But instead, my son is going to speak it out to you, and we just have to hear what they're saying. And like I said, it's not an indictment, but we're looking at lyrics, influence, because it's all about influence. And what am I putting in here? What am I sticking in me? That I'm saying, this is what I'm anchoring to. This song is inspiring me. Okay, it may be inspirational, but is it gospel? Does it tell me about Jesus Christ? Yes, ma'am.
But okay, the song, okay, Special Faithful. Mm-hmm. You know, we were singing Faithful. Mm-hmm. But after you pointed that out, we stopped singing it. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, should we, I'm not saying us because I know we're not singing it, but should we sing that song? Because in a way, There's lies in that song.
That's why I say.
So how could it be any of that,
Yeah.
really?
Can you, when you judge that, what do you see? See,
I
I mean,
really-
does it line up with any of these as far as
To
being?
me, it don't line up because even if it's gospel, inspirational, spiritual, either contemporary, it should be truth in it.
Always.
The whole thing should be truth, not part of it.
This is how the enemy gets things in, and we're not aware. And we're singing it into our spirit, but it's not true. He has things of doctrine that he tries to get in through song. And he will stick it into a song. And if you're not cognizant of what's being said, you sing it into your spirit, and you're actually standing upon something or exposing yourself to something just of a non-truth. Yes, ma'am.
Stephanie was saying on the sidebar, it is pretty interesting how, money realistically is a factor when it comes into how we people that produce
Wow.
songs, because, they think about what's going to be good, what they want to hear, what's going to sell, instead of singing what is supposed to be sung, actually singing the gospel, and actually saving souls through their music.
And sometimes, that's what I was looking at, sometimes a lot of people have not been taught yet, actually, these songs as far as what would be, well, I think they're going to be enough. And so that's why it's up to us as far as when we do know by the scriptures revealed to us, then you probably will never be able to make it up all the top of your head, I'm pretty sure of that. But, just talking to the people that just letting them know, that of course they got to make a decision on their own, but just talking to them.
Yeah, and they think it's right. They think it's okay. They, like you were saying about doctrine, there are people, strong-minded people, so to speak, quote unquote, that think they're right. Like Donnie McClurkin, he's a great example. He has his own doctrine, and he thinks his own way. So he makes these songs and he's singing it. He thinks he's right, but in reality, he's really not. It's wrong. I'm gonna get up to this.
No, you are doing great. I'm glad y'all do. There's a song that I want. It's a hymn. You guys are hymn book. Turn to 27. Now, we think because it's a hymn, psalms, hymns, spiritual songs, Colossians 3:19, Ephesians, Colossians 3:16, Ephesians 5:19, about psalms, hymns, spiritual. So we see hymns, so we go like, whoa, we have to be okay. But I just want to look at this one on 27. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of his spirit, washed in his blood. What's wrong with that?
Are you talking about the heir of salvation, purchase of God part? No?
There's nothing wrong with that. That's more gospel than most of the other songs. That's right on. Nothing's wrong with that. That's pointing to Jesus, letting you know about who Jesus is, letting you know about me. I can't get in. I have to be born of his spirit, John 3, and washed in his blood. So it's pointing you to the direction of Christ. More gospel than you sung that song. That's more gospel than 95% of the other songs that we sing. There's more gospel to that one. But now on another hand, go ahead.